Super Boy 9 and today we are reacting to some scary animations. Now I know I didn't really post anything. I did post, but I didn't post like any scary stuff. So sorry about that. But today we are reacting to some scary animations. So get your crackers, get your water, and let's get right into it, don't we?
My name is Dan. This happened 3 years ago. I moved out of my parents' house once I started making a steady paycheck. I'm a plumber, and one day I had to go to someone's house to fix some pipes. It was a married couple, and their daughter living there. Their daughter was 22 at the time. She was 6 months older than me, and her name was Amanda. While I was working, she was talking to me, asking if I was single and stuff like that. And to be honest, she seemed pretty cute. We exchanged phone numbers and eventually started dating, and she even moved into my house. We were 3 months into our relationship, and stuff started to get out of hand. She was always getting mad and annoyed so easily. She always started arguments, and so on. This began to happen all the time, even in public, which was incredibly embarrassing. One day I had enough, and I had to break up with her, and I told her to leave and to never come back. Amanda was pretty pissed off when I said that. I
Hmm.
just ignored her, and when she was packing her stuff, she finally left, or so I thought. After that day, she would always show up at my house, harass me, throw rocks at my window, and so on. I'd called the cops many times,
Hmm.
but she was gone by the time they showed up. About a month later, when I came home from working, I would find her in her house, yelling at me to come back, or I'd find writing on my walls that would say, "Come back, or I'll kill you." The writing eventually went from pencil to marker, and later on fucking blood. And Jess, I'm being serious when I said blood. That bitch carved my name a bunch of times into her arms and legs. She only got
Huh?
into my house because I forgot to take the house key back from her at the time.
This dude.
In hindsight, I'm such an idiot. I know. That psycho knew where my parents lived and showed up to their house during the night. My mom almost had a heart attack when she woke up to the sound of a knife being tapped on the window glass. When she woke up, she saw Amanda standing there, staring at her while psychotically smiling at her. Amanda did a lot, which really pissed me off. So one night, I decided to stay overnight at my parents' house. It was about 2 in the morning, and I heard a tapping noise in the window next to me. I turned and saw Amanda staring right at me. Her eyes were wide open and red. She had bags under her eyes and huge
But
smile.
what in the hell,
On the
boy?
inside, I started yelling at her to stay away from me and my family.
We ain't gonna
She
talk
screamed
about
at
it.
the top
We
of
ain't
her
gonna talk about it.
lungs and charged at me with a knife. I punched her right in the face,
Show you
which knocked
kick.
her out.
You
I
hit him with
called
the
the
correct
cops and made
extension.
sure Amanda
Show you kick.
and they were alarmed. The cops came quickly while Amanda was knocked out. They found my house key on her, and she was arrested and eventually sentenced the following year. After Amanda was sentenced, my parents and I moved out of state because we'd like to stay as far away from Amanda as we possibly can, because she will eventually be released.
Are you working as a plumber right now? Don't do that. Don't do that. The next one is true creepy stalker horror story animations. Don't give me no ad.
Mommy, how many planets are in the solar system?
Don't hear me say that. It was a chair. Calm down.
When I was around 14 years old, I
Wait, wait,
was
wait, wait,
exploring
wait,
the
wait,
world.
wait, wait. You got the same shirt on. Hey.
And I had this app called Discord. After a while,
Or a little
I
lighter.
noticed
A little darker.
I met a boy named Luke. We started talking for a while, and one day he asked me what I looked like. Without thinking, I sent him a picture of me. He told me that I was beautiful and that he loved my long dark hair and how I did my eyeliner. I just said thanks.
You know what? I'm so sorry for chewing so loud. These crackers be bossing, y'all.
Nothing of it. Around a week later, he told me that he loved me.
But I'm not
I
wearing
felt the same
sweatpants.
way
I'm wearing
about
black
him.
shorts.
We had so much in common. Luke was very good looking, too. He had a different style from normal people. He wore a mask and always wore the color black. A while later, I realized it started becoming too much for me. He me personal questions like where I lived, and I told him I lived in California. He also lives in California and said he wanted to run away and meet me. He said that our
Stupid.
relationship was going to get real. We kept talking every day, and he got so overprotective and would text to me every few minutes. One day, I was home alone because my parents were on a trip to celebrate their 20th anniversary.
Sure.
I didn't mind until it became nighttime.
I
It
hate
was
when that
so
happens, bro.
dark outside, and it gave me the chills. I decided to close all the windows and make sure that the doors were locked. I sat in my living room and watched some TV. After around 20 minutes, I heard a knocking sound coming from the window behind me.
Oh my god.
I realized I didn't pull the blinds over it and that some kids were probably playing tricks on me. I got up and went to the window. As I got closer, my heart kept beating faster and faster. I looked out the window and no one was there. So I just closed it with the blinds and sat back down. After that, I got a message from Luke. He said, "Let's meet up now." I told him I was busy and that I couldn't, but he said that I wasn't and that he could see me. I felt so afraid and told him to stop
Luke. Luke. Show yourself, Luke.
scaring me because I was home alone, which I really shouldn't have told him. I asked him how he knew where I lived, and he told me that he looked on Snapchat and found my exact location so he could meet up with me whenever he wanted. I was so afraid. I heard a knock on the door, and a teen boy's voice
Oh no. My door is wide open, y'all.
tell me to open the door. It sounded so attractive, and I knew that it had to be Luke.
Oh
I stood
no.
still and didn't know what to do. I was home alone, and no one could defend me when I'm alone. I texted him and told him to leave me alone now. Luke knocked again and said he wasn't going to leave. I finally got up and opened the door. There he was, standing there, ever so tall. He smiled and bit his lip and invited himself in. I told him several times to leave, but he didn't listen. Then he went quiet, and I tapped his back. He ripped his mask off to reveal all the scars he had around.
Um, my guy is looking like Noob Saibot. When he got burned, in MK9, when Noob Saibot got burned, when you do a fatality on him, you can literally like see his face and there's like that's up on his lips.
His lips. I froze in shock and told him to please leave now. I was so angry I didn't even care. Then he smiled creepily and ran downstairs to the kitchen, and I ran after him. He was holding a knife and then ran after me. I ran outside, hid in the bushes, and called 911 as fast as I could. The police arrived quickly. They found him. But what was even more creepy was that he smirked at me when they took him into their car. I called my parents shortly after and told them everything, and they came home. I never want to stay home alone again. It creeps me out. I deleted Discord and blocked him before I did. Having an internet boyfriend will haunt me forever, and I will never forget the creepy smirk he gave me.
Don't do that, folks. Just don't do that. Now the last one is going to be a creepy guy asked me out when, well, if a creepy guy asked me out if we can have, huh? Alright, how church? I thought you were gonna say, how you know what?
Hi, I'm Evelyn,
Hold on, y'all. I'm back, y'all. I just had to give me some
I lived
water.
there for a week, and one day I went to a local market with my sister-in-law, her daughter, and my mom to buy groceries. After we bought some vegetables, my mom and my sister-in-law wanted to get some bowls and cups, but I didn't really care about it because I just wanted to go home already. I was tired of walking. As we were walking to another shop, a guy who looked to be in his 40s or 50s came up to me and gave me a flower. To be honest, he looked kind of
Donald
puzzled
Trump?
at first. I didn't think that my mom or the others noticed what happened because they just entered the shop. Well, now I feel like I should tell you the fact that I look older than I actually am. Because of the way I dress, some people think that I'm 16 or 17. Anyway, I will go back to the story. When he gave me a flower, I was a bit surprised, but just thanked him for it. And before I turned to go, he then asked me if he could give a hug. I got a little
No.
scared because I always see lots of stuff on the internet, so I knew that I shouldn't let him hug me. I tried to give him his flower back, and I kept telling him that no, I'm not really comfortable with hugging strangers. But he kept insisting that he wanted to hug me, and I refused again and again. After he understood that he is not allowed to hug me, he seemed to have given up. So I thought it was over and turned around. Then all of a sudden he grabbed me and tried to kiss the back of my
Oh,
hand.
nah, bruh. I know your list must be crusty, dusty, busty, musty, lusty, custy, tusty, big, bony, loney, tony, macaroni, below. Okay.
I immediately pulled my hand away, and at that point I was scared but really angry too. I knew that my mom was in the shop, but the road was quiet, so this situation was enough to make me afraid. After I pulled my hand away, he seemed surprised, like I did something wrong to him. Then he asked me if we could get married. I was asking myself if he was joking or something. I refused it, of course, but then he asked if he could have children with me.
Hey, yo. But what in
I
the
looked
hell,
up at
boy?
him and he was smiling and looked happy.
Jesus
I
Christ, man.
couldn't
That's really
believe what
good.
I was hearing.
Hold on.
I was literally
Hold on, y'all. I got my shoe ready to back to whack him in the face.
shaking.
Don't worry, y'all.
At that moment, a miracle happened. I'm not sure if he saw another girl or he just realized there was no point in trying anymore,
Hold
but
on.
anyway, he said, "All right, have a good day," and walked to the other side of the road. I was relieved that he gave up, so I rushed into the
Pervert.
store. I got next to my mom, but said nothing. And on our way to the car, I threw the flower away, feeling disgusted. I could come back home, and I felt thankful that I would be here with my family. After that, whenever I go outside, I always beware of everything and never receive any stuff from strangers.
Yeah, yeah. Now, at this point, you should. No one cares, bro. We don't care. Well, y'all know. Don't do that, bud. If y'all like this, make sure y'all subscribe, like, and comment what was your favorite part, and share with your friends that they saw. That being said, enjoy the rest of your day and have a good night. But I mean, you guys saw what happened though. Don't talk to strangers. Don't take nothing from strangers, not even lollipops. No candy, alright? Well, that being said, enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good night.